各位观众，大家好，欢迎收看《现场面对面》，我是主持人马健。我们今天有非常重要也非常特别的来宾，是我们华人社区的代表，我们美国这个德州众议员吴元智先生 ，Gene
你好。
Thank you, Gene, for coming on the show. 这是我 Gene 第一次上我们的节目，他平常太忙了，他为华人做太多事情。他是我们德州我们休斯顿唯一的华人，而且他也是整个美国第一个在中国出生的州议员。Am I right? You're the first born in China.
I'm not the first, but I think I'm right now
the only
one in the entire United States, a state level official that was born in China.
现在他是唯一一位是在中国出生，他是美国这个州议会的这个level 还有公职职位的。各位如果在休斯顿很久的话，都对他应该是非常的熟悉。Gene 他不只是一个州议员，他自己本身是律师，但是过去这6年来，其实过去10几年来，他一直致力的为我们华人社区做事情。不管在什么活动，我们都会看到他。而且他当选议员之后，他是全心全意的在保护我们新移民跟我们华人的权利。他不只是在替这个他的选区在服务，他也划出他的选区为我们所有的华人做服务。那他的选区是在我们这个 Blair 区在中间，我们可以算是在这个8号公路的东边，然后59的西边。这个区是我们华人聚集区，虽然我们并没有很多华人住在这里。East of Chimney Rock.
West of Chimney Rock. Everything west of the Galleria.
West of the Galleria, yes. 所以他今年有在选举，但是今天来，他今天上我们节目，他有很重要的讯息要跟我们讲，因为很多事情是就像我们在这边很久，我们都不知道的。So Gene, there is very important information that our viewers need to know, our Chinese viewers specifically need to know, because there's a lot of misinformation out there, right? You know, on WeChat, on group chat, everyone's talking about. Right now, a lot of our Chinese friends are concerned about this illegal immigrant caravan that's going to attack the border, and President Trump is sending troops down there. So could you kind of tell our viewers what is going on?
So right now the caravan that is coming is a caravan made up of men, women, and children, and these are people who are fleeing essentially gang violence, military violence, and fleeing starvation, and it's a few thousand people. But right now, there are about 10,000 people who move to Texas every month. About half of them are immigrants from other countries, including Asian countries. So you're talking about, for the entire United States, a few thousand people. I'm not sure what people are scared of. I mean, if you want to be scared of people coming to this country, then be more scared about the number of Asians that are coming. Because Asians are the fastest growing immigrant group in the United States and in Texas. Twice as fast as the Hispanics.
So this misinformation, this fear created by the administration actually does work, because people believe in that. And
fear always works.
Well, fear and divisiveness, right? But that's not the kind of democracy we want, right? That's not the kind of election we want. That's not the kind of election that you run. So 刚刚我们吴元智议员讲的这个，是我都不知道的事情。现在这个总统说好，这有几千个这个非法移民来大军进攻，但是真正里面大部分是妇女跟小孩。就算他们来的话，我不都知道这个数字我都不知道。德州每个月都有超过1万。I'm sorry, 100,000. 10,000 per month, right?
We're coming in.
每个月都有超过1万的新移民来，这来的这里面有包括很多我们的亚裔，所以不只是拉丁裔，而且这些来的这个 caravan 里面的，大家都是墨西哥，其实很多是从中南美洲来的，他们真的是在逃离战争或者是这个帮派分子，像在萨尔瓦多非常严重的帮派火拼，他们真的在逃离战乱。就像当年我们的移民来的时候，我们从亚洲国家来，不是从北韩或甚至从中国来，当时是真正有政治迫害或是真正有这个生命的危险才会逃到美国。刚刚吴议员刚刚也跟我提到一件很重要的事情，我现在直接再问他一遍，让他很确定的告诉你们这个新的移民政策为什么会影响我们。So we're talking about this.
I have to add this for the Chinese viewers, because this is the real problem with Trump using this to scare people. Who's next? Which group of people are next? And I guarantee you, with his war with China, the Chinese people will be next. Because right now, there are 1 out of 7 Asians in America are undocumented. There are over 90,000 Asians in Texas that are here without papers.
90,000 in Texas alone.
That's right.
See, these numbers people in WeChat don't talk about. 各位观众，他刚才讲的话其实让我很难过，因为我们在上个礼拜四，我们跟长中的节目我就讲过了，在第二次世界大战，日本侵略中国，或是在这个纳粹德国跟纳粹德国能够统治这么多人，同样的犹太人的说法就是不关我的事情，这是他们而已。等到他们动到你头上，已经来不及了。川普这么做，现在是针对拉丁裔的人，下一步是谁？开刀的是谁？就是我们华裔。为什么呢？因为现在已经跟中美贸易战已经开始，川普已经把华裔移民，把中国当成假想敌，不管是真是假，这个贸易甚至竞争是真是假，有轮到的会是我们。之前我们跟吴议员也提到这个事情，现在很多这个在做研究的，在 medical center 上班的人，他们因为被当成间谍怀疑，你跟他们一下子就被 suspension 或怎么，你根本就是有口无言。Remember we talked about this before at a function about at Texas Medical Center.
Yep.
I had some misinformation. You were able to tell the table what happened. Yeah. Could you tell our audience a little bit how that next step is already starting?
So, in the history of our country, whenever the government, whenever the president attacks another country for economic reasons, our people are hurt. Right? So in the 1980s, they attacked, they had a war with Japan on trade, and Asian people got beaten up. Asian people were killed, right? And the story of the Vincent Chow, he was beaten up. He was trying to tell people, I'm not Japanese, I'm not Japanese. They don't care.
He was murdered.
They don't know. The people don't care, and they can't tell the difference between Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean. They don't care. You look different, and now you're a target. And this is going to start to happen.
And this already is happening to folks immigrants from the Middle East,
right,
or from India or Pakistan.
Right.
The fact that they had dark, so they're being called terrorists.
Right.
They're being attacked. People are being murdered or being arrested. This is happening the last 3 years because they made it right. 我们刚文议员讲的这个。在1980年代，日本跟美国有贸易战的时候，那时候因为贸易战争，所以我们所有的牙医都会受害。当年很有名的一个 case 在底特律，因为那个这个制造车子 car industry 做这个 automobile 那个造车业被日本进口车打败，所以他们很不满意，把一个华裔美国是个华裔活活的打死。打死之后，他们无罪释放。为什么？因为他们把他当成日本人。同样的。过去这2年，川普当权以后，很多印度籍或是中东裔的这些移民，不管在美国多少年了，因为把他当成恐怖分子，直接打死的也有，被开枪打死也发生过，被误杀或被警察无辜的逮捕，这发生太多，在我们身边也发生。所以刚刚吴议员讲的没有错，我们都是移民，我们的目标是一样的，不管我们来得早或来得晚 ，no matter whether we're here early or late, we're still immigrants, and you are still watching out for the rights. We have to care for our people, and especially new immigrants because they need more help. We need more education. 我们这个 information is being passed around incorrectly. And also, we always say candidates when we vote for it. So we go back to this election.
Right. Well, look you want to see an example of this feeling. Look what they did to Teresa Chang.
It still hurts me to talk about her.
So, and look, Teresa Chang is a Republican, I'm a Democrat, but it doesn't matter Republican or Democrat. The entire Chinese community was very proud of her. She was a district clerk. She did a wonderful job then. She was appointed to be judge, won re-election many times. We were very proud of her. And it's different for you and me to be elected, right? We're the children.
Yeah.
But Teresa is
First
the
generation.
parent. That's a first generation. If she can do it, then we can be successful. And she made us so proud. And the Republicans threw her out of the Republican Party because she was Chinese.
I have to make sure our audience learns. So I hosted a TV show with Teresa Chang for years here. I've known her since I was a child. She was a chemical engineer. Yeah. She studied for law while her kids are playing watching them. I mean, she worked 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and then she worked for a chemical company, and then she came out and became a lawyer, and then district clerk. Every step of the way. And she attended our events. She did everything right. She was one of the highest rated attorneys.
Yes.
Highest rated. 所以刚刚吴议员讲的这个就是我们之前记不记得我们张文华查法官在我们哈里逊县 County Civil Court at Law Number 2，他是我们在华人最高的这个法官的代表。然后最重要就是他当了这么多年，他之前赢了3次选举了。 他的这个 ranking 就是他的这个法官的这个有成绩有分数的非常的高，因为他办案的速度很快 ，she clear cases quickly, she works so hard。我们大家认识张文华法官的人很多，因为他是华裔，共和党不但不支持他，还推出一个在初选的时候推出对手来把他挤掉。民主党不管你同不同意民主党，民主党知道民主党是少数民族的党派，这是大家都公认的。民主党重视你是少数民族，他知道我们吴议员在这个选区做得很好，他会把党内的资源来帮助他，他会重视他，也不会更重要是他不会找人来跟他竞争去做对手。张文华法官做得这么好，但是因为华人，川普的政党把他挤掉，硬生生的挤掉。我们都了解张文华法官做人做事的方式，你说公平吗？那我们有气在哪里出？我们要怎么样才能？所以这一次 ，this is also why this election, why you're understand why you're saying to vote straight ticket Democrat, because usually we tell them vote by the candidate, right? 按照候选人，不管党派来投票。这次吴议员来告诉我们为什么。
So let's
straight ticket matters.
This is very important. This is why this election is so important for the Chinese community and for the Asian community as a whole. So, number one, let's go back to Teresa. When her opponent, this young woman who was barely qualified and basically got fired from the DA's office. Okay? She went around telling everyone the reason she was running against Teresa is because Teresa does not speak English. And she told her that nobody can understand her in court. And if you know Teresa, you know that's not true. But the fact that the Republican Party in Harris County, people that have never met Teresa Chang, would just assume that it's correct and then vote against her, shows that they are scared of Chinese people, they are scared of immigrants, and they don't want them in the party.
Xenophobia.
Right? And here is the opposite reaction. The Republicans now have, after this election, will have no elected Asians. But the difference is, on the Democratic side, we now have 13 Asians running for office in the greater Houston area. 13. All the way from Supreme Court down to state rep, okay?
Down? No, up to state rep. Yeah. Gene, that's also why I want to tell our audience. When Gene ran for office the first time 6 years ago, we did not have this awakening, a network to help Asian. Now the 13, a big part of it is because of his work too. I see what he does for these candidates. 他会自己掏腰包去帮他们助选，他自己花钱登广告，希望我们所有的华人出来投票。不只是为了民主党，为的是我们华人的候选人，因为我们没有权利，我们不投票，我们就没有权利。张文华法官的对手在初选的时候跟所有他们共和党支持人讲，说张法官不会讲英文，他是华人。我们认识他的非常明白，他的口条非常清楚，他的英文非常的流利。但是这些共和党投票的人还是投给了对手，一个很年轻，完全没有任何的政绩，而且是被检察官办公室炒鱿鱼、开鱿鱼被开除掉的年轻人。就是因为他对手是华人，所以他能够上台，但他没有去看他的成绩吗？没有。各位，我们在这边不管是新移民还是旧移民，大家都知道，白人对我们华人对亚裔还是会有隔膜，还是会加上现在总统每天都在讲说中国是我们的对手，说我们华人很多是间谍，这个事情是不可置否的。所以说这次选举真的很重要。我们有这次在整个 Greater Houston area is 13 candidates， 整个大休斯顿区我们有13个亚裔的候选人，这是从零，以前只有他一个人。
We have Chinese, we have Koreans, Vietnamese, Indian, Pakistani, Filipino. There's a few more I don't remember.
And we have to go out there and concentrate our votes for them, right?
对。
但是不只是为了我们是亚裔，为什么我们要投给我们亚裔的候选人 ？Why do we need to vote for Asian candidates, even without talking about Teresa? Why is that?
There's lots of reasons. Number one, because we can, right? Number two, because it's important for our community to have representation that understands what it's like to be here.
To be an immigrant.
To be an immigrant, to have that experience, to know what things are like so they can, when they vote, when they make changes in policy, when they decide things, they can use that experience. Number three, look, just like Teresa made us proud, Teresa inspired me, right? She's one of my role models. And we need more role models. Jean Wu should not be the only role model around here. There should be more role model for Chinese, more role model for Koreans, and everyone else.
That's very moving. 我有小孩子，我有9岁、5岁跟2岁。 我的小孩子，我希望他们看到警察有跟他们长一样的华裔面孔的警察，我也希望他们看到有议员长得跟他们一样的，因为这是一个 role model，是一个楷模，一个值得效法的。张文华法官对俊来说是让他会激发他，会去 inspire 他，激发他，让他想要出来竞选。因为在美国，这个竞选是一个义务，你投票也是你义务，但是出来竞选对个人是没有什么好处的，没有权也没有钱。It's not going to be for profit. It's not going to be to get rich. It's definitely not because to get famous, because there's no money in it. But the money you spend and the work you put in, you're helping an entire community, the whole group. 它帮助的是整个我们华人的这个权益 ，is about our rights。因为 if you don't vote for your own， 他们不会去了解我们移民所需要的，没有人会去帮你的。我们不只要投票，我们也要捐钱。但是我们华人总觉得不关我们的事情，自己赚就好。So I always talk about on my show about the bamboo ceiling. That no matter how much money you make, how important you think you are. In the end, they want to do something. If you have no representation, there's nothing you can do.
And that's a very important point because this is something that I've talked about for a long time. It's the idea that if we do not have Asian leaders who people respect, then the world will always see Asians as being bad leaders. Right? It's the myth of the model minority. Asians are very good at math. They're very hardworking. They never talk back to you.
We don't complain.
Right? They never complain. But the opposite of that same belief, of the positive things, is that Asians they don't speak very well. They don't speak English.
They don't lead.
They don't lead.
They
well.
don't work well with other people.
They don't like confrontation. They're not people you want to trust in leadership positions. But when they start seeing Asian leaders and doing a good job as leaders, people's ideas will change. And just like you, I don't want my children to grow up with those stereotypes. So I want them to be free to do whatever they want, to choose whatever path they want, without the burdens of dealing with the things that your parents deal with and my parents deal with and you and I deal with.
Yeah.
I don't want our children to have to fight those fights again.
I have to say, for us, we're fortunate enough to grow up here and to speak fluent English. We're fortunate enough to have parents that had good paying jobs, middle class, comfortable life. But I could see my friends growing up, or our friends, our viewers right now, who did not have the privilege, whose parents are immigrants, where they did not speak English, where they have to deal with it every day, the taunting, or English is their second language. 我们在这里长大，我们英文讲得好，所以但是我还是受到歧视，我们的朋友也受到歧视。我们现在替大家争取的是我们的新移民，他们不了解他们小孩在学校是受到的歧视。如果说你看到有我们这个华人的这个领袖，因为你民意代表就是领袖，对不对？白人总是觉得我们数学好，我们很乖，很听话，因为我们华人的传统而缺的是温文儒雅。孔子 Confucius want us to, be quiet and follow the leader, right? 我们要团结，要集体行动。尤其是从中国、台湾、韩国、日本来的亚裔，我们都知道说要乖乖的，要听话，要跟着这个大团体做，不要做怪类。
That's not how America works.
This is America. 在美国这是相反的。美国 Chinese is really good.
Well, so we always say, in Chinese we say the head that sticks up gets cut off.
对
right?
yeah.
But in America we say the squeaky wheel gets the
clean.
grease.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in America, if you don't speak up, or you don't have a leader that will speak up for you, you get nothing.
And not just the leader speak for you. Now, we talked about this earlier too. Now, we have Asian candidates, we have to vote for them, but also in races where there's no Asian candidates, we still have to vote for candidates because our vote will show that it matters.
Right.
And then they will give us the resources that we deserve. We pay the same taxes, we contribute just as much as anybody else, but our community proportionately get less because we don't vote, and the elected leaders don't need to worry about us because we don't vote anyway. 我们去投票，不只是因为华人在出来竞选，不只是为了无业，因为我们很多，就算你在这个选区没有华人在竞选，你还是要去投你那一票，因为这都是公开的资料，大家都看得到的 election 的 result。已经选出来这些官员，他看反正亚裔华人不投票，所以到时候去争取资源的时候，他也不会给我们。我们中国城，例如。我们付的税跟人家一样，我们付出这个社会是一样的，我们努力的在工作赚钱，我们是好市民。但是最终我们拿到的这个政府的资源，为了我们的教育 education， 或是为我们的父母老人的这个基金，是不公平的，不够的。为什么？因为我们不投票。我们很多华人 ，so many Chinese people tell me that my vote doesn't count.
Yeah.
So many our friends tell us that. It doesn't matter. It's a local election.
Yeah.
But local elections are what matters
more. Those are the most important.
Okay, why is it more important?
So because the local elections, a local elected official is the one you will go to ask for help. And that's the big problem is when the Chinese community, when the Asian community has problems, and we ask for help, the help is not there because we don't vote and we don't have elected officials that are responsive to us. And look, it's not just about getting help, but it's also about policy. People talk about policy as if it was some abstract concept. But look, when Trump talks about getting rid of chain migration, when Trump talks about getting rid of HB4 and EB1 and all those things, or EB5, birthright, and when they talk about getting rid of the ability to bring grandma, the ability to bring uncle, that is real for the Chinese community, and that is not a joke. The birthright citizenship, that would be very hard for him to do, but ending chain migration as a policy, that is a real thing. I mean, almost every Asian in America came here under that policy.
Those will be affected deeply. We have friends and family that are still there, that's not here. So Gene, let me tell our audience why. 为什么这次选举这么重要？很多政策，我们在讨论候选的时候，我们看到的是说你喜不喜欢一个人，或者他说讲话舒不舒服。你可以喜欢川普，没有错 ，You can like Trump， 但是他所定下来的政策绝对是伤害我们华人，不只是移民，他说伤害所有的移民，但是伤害到我们华人。为什么？他这个 chain immigration， 我们多少华人是依亲来的？我们有叔叔，或是有奶奶、有姥姥还在国内。我们是一起出来的，一个家庭被拆散，不能团圆，这是多么难过的事情。川普总统现在要停止，还有这个现在在吵得很凶的 birthright， 在美国生的小孩，自动就是美国人。
Our children，
他现在要拿掉，说只要他们变成说白种主义，只有是白人才是真正美国人。你觉得这是对的吗？美国是个移民的国家。我们提到这个，各位有看我刚刚的节目的话，我们上礼拜访问我们这个 Sugarland、Pearland 跟 Katie 这个竞选的这个印度裔的亚裔的候选人 Sri Kulkarni， 他的对手直接当众的讲他是印度人，他是不是美国人？他不住在休斯顿，他比他还要美国。他这个候选人的妈妈是白人，是德州人，是 Sam Houston 这个开国之父，德州开州之父的后代。他在休斯顿念的书，在 UT Austin 毕业的，为什么可以这样子指责他？因为他的颜色不对，因为他是亚裔。为什么白人可以来问我是不是美国人？这个也发生在我身上啊。他会说你英文讲得怎么这么好？每次各位有没有经历过？我自己经历过，Jin也经历过。问你从哪里来？哦，我从 Sugarland 来。Sugarland 不是你真正从哪里来啊？我从 Sugarland，I'm from Sugarland。No。哦，你问我父母从哪里来？我们可以反问他，那你父母哪里来的吗？你们是爱尔兰人吗？还是英国人？还是法国人？Do we ask them that? We do not. You know, we all been through that, right?
Yep.
But there's no reason to because that is stereotype.
Right.
We have Chinese that's been here for 3 or 4 generations,
Correct.
5 generations.
We have 2 buildings named after Chinese people in the city of Houston.
Yeah, but people don't realize that. Whether you're a new immigrant or young, we stand together.
Right.
That's the key. 我们常常华人不团结，像散沙，团结才是力量。不管你是哪一个国家移民来的华人，不管你是什么样的亚裔，我们一定要致力给亚裔。就像我们在做生意的时候，或是我们想惠顾一个地方 ，I always want to give Asian my business because nobody else would.
Yes.
犹太人的this is not a bad thing, by the way. 犹太人会支持犹太人，白人也会支持他自己的生意。We know that. 当然，我们不说所有的白人都跑，共和党有很多好的白人。
But this is actually a real big problem of not having more elected Asians.
Officials.
Because I know so many Chinese and other Asians who are trying to do business with the government. That's a lot of money, but they cannot get the contracts. And I just dealt with it last year. We had a friend who was trying to do a contract for medical sales, and they would not even look at his application. And because I was in office, I could bring them in and say, I need you to look at his application and tell me why you rejected it. The next week, he got the contract.
So there's a proverb in Chinese, right? 潮州无人没话说. If nobody in the court for you, like before it's emperor's court, right? If no one there, nothing gets done. This applies everywhere.
No, but all the other groups, the white people,
they have it.
Protected by other white people, Hispanic people protect
Black
themselves,
folks have
Black
that.
people protect themselves. Where are the Asians?
Yeah. And we're the highest educated by numbers. We have the highest income, and all of that doesn't matter when you don't exercise your right. So that's why this election is so important. Because 各位，不管你的政治倾向是什么，不管你喜欢谁，我们今天甚至不要讲说是共和党或民主党。You know, I tell our audience that a lot of times, for this election specifically, let's not talk about whether you're Republican or Democrat, whether you're conservative or liberal. Look at policy and look at what's happened in the last 2 years. Even if you voted for Trump 2 years ago, this is a democracy, 这是自由民主的国家。他做不好，他的政党做不好，我们换人做 ，change it up. give Democrats a chance. Give this 华人亚裔的候选人一个机会. Give them a chance to switch it up and do it to see if we can do better.
Or just vote for Asians.
Just vote for Asians. That's
and if you want to
simple.
vote for Asians, vote Democrat.
Well, because all the Asians are Democrat.
Democrat.
Because why? Because the Republican Party does not support minority candidates.
Ask Teresa.
This is a clear, these are facts. 这是黑跟黑白的. There's no manipulation. There's nothing made up. We're not trying to instill anything. This is a fact. 共和党不支持少数民族，这是基本的。共和党的当选的候选人，他们现在在位的 people, the Republicans are in office, even though they're in office, and Chinese people donate to them, they still don't show up for events. I can attest to that. Okay, I could be sure that the last few weeks in District 22, the Republican candidate did not show up for any Asian events, even though they donated money.
Yeah.
And he has not been there for us. If you Google, or so you want to, don't look at WeChat. Google whatever it is that you need to use. Look at what he says about immigrants. Look at how he voted. Look at his attendance record. 我们要看事实，做得好跟不好很明显。他的这个 attendance record， 他在州议会做的事情，不管你支不支持他，喜不喜欢他，他的出席率跟他投票率，他有没有做事情，这是很明显的。他有端牛肉出来，他有端政策，他有设定 policy， 他有在做事情。没有做事的候选人，不要再给他机会了。I was telling our audience that these are things that you can check.
Yes.
You can. It's not hearsay. What you've done in Austin is proven. Is black and white. These are facts. What Pete Olson have done is what. Now we could say, oh, these new Asian candidates, there's no track record. Of course not, because none of us have been in office, right? But give them a chance to get them in office, and we'll see. We're good at everything else we do. We try. Why can't we be good in office? Right? And if we don't do well next year, the next election, don't vote for them. Vote for another Asian. The key is to have Asians in office.
Right.
各位，我们真的再拜托你一次，我们的数据已经出来的 the numbers I have, at least for Harris County, is distressing. We out of every 100 registered Chinese voter, which we know who's a Chinese based on last name, only 22% turn out for early voting right now.
Right.
22%. If we could at least have half at 50%. That would change and erase. I mean, those 你这次的选票 would actually matter. 你每一票都会有差. So how could we get them to come out and vote? Please.
I think you have to start with education. You have to start by explaining to people why it's important for the vote and what it means to have a candidate of their choice, to have candidates and elected officials who respect the community, who understands the community. And those are real things. And I think sometimes people think, oh, politics, I don't know what it means. But politics has a real effect on your life. When we change the immigration laws, so you cannot bring uncle, or you cannot bring your wife, or you cannot bring whoever you want to bring, to reunify your family, that's a real consequence. When we start cracking down on undocumented immigrants more, and they're done with the Mexicans, so they come to the Chinese community, that has real consequence. And we need to change things before it's too late. And we need to show the world, show America, and show the elected officials that the Chinese community deserves respect.
我再次恳求大家，我们这个节目接近尾声，明天是投票日，今天是投票日了。今天我们播出的时间是今天。我们吴议员讲的，我们为了我们小孩子的未来，因为等到我们去投的时候，等到我们想改变的时候，已经来不及了。这一次我们一定要投票，因为这个移民政策是影响到我们的，把一个家庭活生的拆散。以前我们父母先来，小孩再接来，现在不可以了。或是你的叔叔、阿姨、姥姥、爷爷，这是不公平，也是不人道 ，is inhumane， 是不人道的。这是一个移民的国家，投下你去神圣的一票，这是你的 is a privilege， 也是你的 right， 这是你的权利。也是一个尊荣，你不是美国人是不能投票的。你以前我们可以说我们不了解政治，或是跟我没有关系，但是这次的票真的是跟你跟我都有关系，跟他有关系，跟你有关系，跟我也有关系，因为这影响到我们移民，影响到我们的家人、我们的亲戚。所以拜托各位，告诉你的亲戚朋友，如果你不能投票，你也可以捐款给我们亚裔的候选人，你可以很容易的用中文找到我们亚裔候选人是谁，用网络捐款也可以。到金的网站捐款，因为你不能投票，你可以捐款，但是能投票还是最重要的是，明天恳求去投票，告诉你的小孩，告诉你的家人，有投票权的，明天是最后，我讲说今天10月6号是最后一天，请大家投下你神圣的一票。我们非常感谢我们吴彥之吴议员，他为我们华裔做了太多事情，过去6年来，非常感谢他。为了所有的华人朋友 ，We really appreciate you what you've done, and good luck in this election.
Thank you.
OK， 好，谢谢收看。
谢谢。